there's lots to share with you today. I will show you everything I have added to my April planner pages. I will introduce my new digital kit for May, which I designed in collaboration with my friend Ray. And finally, I have 3 book reviews for you. Welcome, it's Barbara from Vienna, Austria. If you've missed how I constructed this planner from scratch, you can find that video in the playlist linked below. And now let me show you what I have done throughout the past few weeks. But before I do that, I have to say I will have to take this apart. Because look, so the plan was to have 6 months in this book. And I totally underestimated the amount of things I would add to my pages. So this is the first 3 months, and these are the next 3 months. Of course, there's nothing there yet. And this is where we are already with the gator mouth situation. So I cannot imagine this book becoming twice as large as this, because that would mean we're like this. And that's not what I want my planner to be. And it is already pretty difficult to work in. So when I have this open, or let's open it to the new section. So this is where I would be starting May. Yeah, just look at this. It's really hard to work on. One thing that does help, and this was a great tip from one of my viewers, if you have a box like this, like from a saran wrap or baking paper or whatever, this is really helpful if you just put this where your spine is. This will help your book be propped up from the spine and will allow the edges to go further down. So this definitely helps. But even with this, it is really quite difficult to work in this now. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to take this apart. So one option would be to make the spine wider. Louisa Heinzel has a great tutorial on how to do exactly that. So I will link Louisa's video below for you. I did consider that option, but I don't want my spine to be double as wide as this. That would just be a monster of a book that I don't want to deal with. So my solution is going to be to take out these 3 signatures, which will be very difficult because I sewed through and then I glued this lace on top, and I don't know if this lace is going to come off. I glued it pretty well, and if it doesn't come off, then of course the twine I used won't come off. So that's going to be interesting. But before I tackle that, let me show you what I've done for April so far. Some of these additions you might have seen in my Junk Journal Snacks video. So the last 2 Sundays I was working in this journal rather than my other 2 journals. So this is something I made in that video. These I have done on my own. I'm not sure if this page is done. It might just be. So again, I'm trying to work with papers I already have. And these 2 here, as well as this one, which I'll show you, are from this 2022 Artist Almanac, and I just love this. It has so many cool inspirational images here, such cool art. Unfortunately, you cannot get this anymore. This was sold on Instagram. So these are the artists, and the artist that sold it was Birgit Kobsen. Unfortunately, it already sold out, I think, last year. This is what I'm using on some of the pages here. So as you can see, I totally grunged them up. You can hardly see anything left of the papers. This bigger one here is from a paper from one of the Your Creative Studio boxes. I completely grunged them up with vintage photo and tea-dye distress stain. I stenciled on top. I just glued them on this page, and then I added some gold. And I really love how they turned out, but yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to add anything else. So this belly band we made together, I think also in one of my Junk Journal Snacks videos. I added this tag. This was a completely white tag. It had the embossing on it already. I think I was gifted this. And I added another one of these calendar pages from April. And I used the same technique that I used over here. And I added a lot of gold, as you can see. I added some splatters as well. And I added this on the back so I can still journal on that. Yeah, I added some stenciling on the background. This was also done in my Junk Journal Snacks videos. I will link those two particular videos for you where I worked on this. Yeah, this was also from my Junk Journal Snacks, as well as this here where I added this coin envelope with a magnet and this cute little kitty postcard, journaling space on the back. Brace yourself for this next page. It's a bit of a crazy one. So this is a collage that I made using some of the cutouts from this book, Extraordinary Things to Cut Out and Collage by Maria Rivens, I don't know. So there's over 1,500 images in here. I've showed this in a few of my videos. It is a super fun collage book. I've cut out a lot and there's still a lot in here. So all of these images are from that book except for these birds here. Those are from a vintage bird book. And this is what happens if you don't cover the eyes of your birds when you splatter. But I really love how crazy this collage turned out. It's just fun. I had a great time with this. This is where we are this week when I'm filming this. Here's another fun little collage. This is again from that same collage book. This was from the Your Creative Studio. Added some splattering. So this one I did on my own as well. I didn't want to add anything here because I love it the way it is. This I don't think I've done in a video. I think I've done this on my own. So I added one of my little envelopes from the kit. Then I made this little tag, which is printed out the half size of the original size that's in the kit. And then in the back here, this is a tag that I made. Again, using one of those calendar pages, adding one of my Felix and the Gang clip art. And this is the back. Added a little bit of collaging down here. This was in my Junk Journal Snacks. Here's some spilling of my distress stain, which kind of went over poor kitty's eye. But it's okay. I'm not really worried about it. It still kind of looks cool. I added this heart, which happened to say you on it from a book page. So I thought that was kind of cute. And I just added a fun little cluster down here. Two very, very grungy pages. Again, more of these April calendar pages that I really liked. And one of the Your Creative Studio box papers that I had. This here is from my Sentiments Black page. I will link those for you as well. And yeah, lots of distress stain. Very grungy and I really like it. Here I have nothing yet. Still need to do something there. This was a piece of wallpaper that I had left over from using these butterfly dies. I added some jelly plate printing to peek through those two. I grunged up the wallpaper and I added a sentiment from my new sentiments that says, "Do you truly understand that this love in my heart never ends?" I think this is so beautiful. And in this case, I am talking about my junk journals and planners. And this one here is still empty, so I still need to do something with that. But otherwise, April is done for me. I mean, decoration-wise. Yeah, so that's April. And so now I need to try to take this apart. And I'm going to attempt this with a seam ripper. I am nervous. I don't want to destroy this book. Obviously, I'm going to have to resew. Oh, yeah, I need to take them all out because obviously I don't want these 3 signatures at the beginning and this space here to be empty. So I need to redistribute these as well. I'm not going to do that in this video. I'm just going to take these out so that I can work on them, or actually I just need to take out that 1 signature. Yeah, that's all I'll do in this video because we have so much to go through anyway. I don't know how this is going to go. Okay, it's out. So that's good. And these, I guess I'll just have to cut them very short because there's no way I'm going to be able to pull them out because they are glued on the outside of the spine. I'm so excited to show you my newest kit. So as I said, this was done in collaboration with my friend Ray. I will link Ray's Instagram for you below. Please go check it out. She's super talented and she made all these amazing clip arts. So all of these images that you see here, except for the postcards, are illustrated by Ray. So the kit is called Paris Tea Party and it is dedicated to my friend Bea, who is in France. Hi, sweetie. I really hope you enjoy this kit. So the feeling I was trying to get across was having a tea with your friends in Paris. So let's look at all these amazing images from Ray. So I gave Ray a color palette and I gave her an idea of the style of images I was looking for. And these are the images she came up with. How talented is she? And the whole time when I was designing these pages, and again now, my mouth is salivating from seeing all these yummy sweets. Look at this. Oh, I think this is one of my favorite images. I mean, there's a lot here. Oh my gosh, look at this cake. I would love a piece of that right now. Or these, what I think these are scones. It's just so cute. Why don't I go ahead and show you the calendar pages. So these are the ones with the dates. You have the same ones without dates. Everything will be linked below, of course. So this is the one with the monthly overview. So you can see there's a lot of very strong colors this month. Oh my goodness, my mouth is still salivating. These are the trackers. We have the 10K step tracker and the habit tracker. This is the first weekly. This one is again going from end of April, starting with May 1st. So if this is your first kit, you can start off with this one and you still have end of April here. I already have this one in my planner from the previous month, from the Felix Fox and the Gang kit. So I personally will not be using this page, but it's there if you need it. Then this is the first full week of May. And here's the next week. And I love all these wallpapers. And there's another one. And this is the final week going up until June 5th. Look at those muffins, yum! I have not had breakfast, so I would love those right now. And maybe you didn't see it in the clip art. Let me show you in the clip art because it's so cute. Here, this jar. So this jam jar with black currants has a label on it saying 49 dragonflies and my journal lab, which is Ray's new account name. So she changed her name and I just love how she added this label there. So then let me show you the ephemera. We have 3 pages of ephemera. We have 3 small tags and they go in these 3 small pockets. Then we have 2 belly bands with these cute ticket stubs. We have 2 small envelopes, 4 corner tuck spots, 2 page tabs, and just a small circle image. And finally, we have 4 large tags. So I hope you will enjoy working with these. And finally, we have our notes. I wanted to keep these in pastel colors so they would really stand out on these very vibrant backgrounds. And then, of course, we have our little labels down here. So let me show you the background pages digitally here. So as usual, I want to start off with an introductory page for May. And I think this image here is perfect for that. Still salivating here. Look at these cute macaroons. She did such a good job, Ray. You are amazing. I printed these on matte photo paper, and my trimmer unfortunately does not like this paper at all. So I'm going to have to cut this by hand. So since so many of you enjoyed watching me work in this planner in my Sunday junk journal snacks, I will continue doing that at least one Sunday out of those 4 that I have my snacks. So I'm happy to share some of that time with you. And we need the Hello May. I'm going to cut this with a white border so that it stands out more on the page. As you know, I always like adding a quote at the beginning of the month. So I just Googled these. So I just typed in quotes for May, and I found this one, which I really like. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. I'm going to stamp that on a scrap piece of coffee dyed copy paper, and I'm going to use these tiny stamps, which I haven't used in forever. I got these in the States a few years ago. They're from Studio G. So I really like this sentiment or this quote because you never know how you can make a difference in someone's life by just saying something kind, whether it be a family member or a friend or an acquaintance. We never know what impact our words are going to have on someone else, and sometimes they can just make someone's day, and I really love being reminded of that. You know, how easy is it to just take 2 minutes to write a friend a quick line, an email or a text or something. You never know, they might be going through hard times, and I'm sure it will brighten their day. Don't underestimate the power your words could have in someone's life. I don't like this. Okay, I glued these down. I'm happy with those. I want to add something here. This is too plain. And by the way, I had mentioned in one of my previous videos that I was having problems with all of my glue sticks because they were just getting really gooey and strange. And several of you have answered, and thank you for that, that it's probably due to the humidity, which is what I would have guessed. And some of you have suggested to put your glue stick into the refrigerator for a few minutes, and that would help. So I have my Yoo-hoo stick in the refrigerator right now. So we're going to test that suggestion, but thank you so much for that And some of you have also been asking why I haven't been using my art glitter glue. Well, it's the same reason. It has become completely runny. And I wonder now if putting that in the fridge, maybe that would help with the consistency as well. I need to try that. Let me know if you have tried that and that works, because the art glitter glue is not cheap. I have a whole big bottle, so I would hate if that was ruined. So let's check some fabric options. Oh my goodness, how fun is this? Pink doesn't fit though. But if I cut it like this, it hardly has any pink. That's a really cute option. Blue is great, but this is too short. What about these cute polka dots? That would be adorable. Maybe both of these. Let's try that. And another thing, in one of my decluttering videos, I mentioned that I have 2 of these pinking shears. So I have these, and I also had the small plastic ones, which are more like the kid scissors, which I got rid of. And one of you smart cookies mentioned I should keep both because I should have one for fabric and one for paper. And that is so true. So I think I still have that other one in the bag that I have all my decluttered items in. So I need to dig that out again, because it's true, because I use these on paper, I'm going to ruin them. I've done that with other fabric scissors that I used for paper, and I'm not doing that again. So thank you so much for that tip as well. So I want to cut this out so that I can see the polka dots. I definitely have enough room to make a big sign up here. Is that too much? Usually I'd say it's totally too much, but there's already so much here. I was gonna say it doesn't really hurt because this page is crazy already, but actually, no, I think this is better. Maybe some lace underneath that. Nope. I think this one is it. I'm just going to use tacky glue. I always feel like I have to limit myself with the amount of bulk I'm adding to journals, but I don't want to do that in this planner. I just want to add what I want to add without having to worry about the bulk. So this is really great that I took this out and I can make a new cover for these 3 months. So my next page is going to be my monthly overview. I do ink up all my edges. This time I'm using frayed burlap just because I want to switch it up. And I'm only putting glue on the edges of my paper. This way it doesn't wrinkle and I don't have to waste my glue. Then I have this beautiful vintage calendar page here. I think this is from my girlfriend Rhonda. Thank you again. I love it. Saturday, kids to church. Can't read that. Mother to have, baby, baptized, kids to town, late evening, beautiful day. This is so cute. Sunday, rain that turned to wet snow all day. Very wet. Not much laying. Finished tying quilt. How cute is that? I love it. I don't think there's anything I need to do on these 2 pages. They are so full and colorful. Yeah, I don't think I will add anything to these. So again, I have some that will be left for doing whatever I want to do to them, because I always have more pages than I need, so that I have the freedom of creating in between. So I'm just wondering if I want to leave these empty. No, I'll start the week here. So as I mentioned, I'm starting my first week with Monday, May 8th. And I'm going to try the glue stick. I usually would never attach this with a glue stick because I think it's a waste. But I just got this from the fridge. I've had it in there 10 to 15 minutes. Look how cute it has sloths on it. It says relax. So cute. So let's see if that helped. No. Wow, it totally didn't help. I'm so sorry. Maybe it works for you. Please give it a try anyway if you're having the same issues. But look at this. It's horrible. No, 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 no. This is not working. It's so weird. I usually don't have an issue with my Yoo-hoo stick. Let's just stick to what works. 3-in-1, aka Collal glue is perfect. Doesn't wrinkle, it comes out easily. Wow, that is disappointing with the glue stick. Let me know if you have different experiences. I don't know what else it could be. Then this will be the page for my, oh, I didn't, I cut that too narrow. That's okay. This will be the page for my to-dos and my gratitude. And I'm going to choose these two as my little note papers. And then I'll cut out one of the gratitude labels and the focus label. So here's my gratitude and my to-do list. I think this page doesn't need any more decoration. That is quite full, but look at this. How sad is this? Let's just make a quick fun little collage here. So I'm looking at my clip art. Looking at what format would work well. Oh, how about these cups? I think they would be perfect for here. And they go with this amazing cake that's right there. So it's all inked up. How cute! It's the perfect size. I just need to figure out what to put in the background. Maybe some more fabric. Oh, look how similar this is. This is from a blouse that I bought at our flea market a few years ago. That's fun. Oh, and I have a coffee-dyed version of it here. Would that work? That might be way too much of the same thing. Yeah, we don't want that. We want this to stand out, so I want something completely different. So a piece of that would be cute. So I cut this down a little bit. I just need to figure out what else to add. I have this piece of gray wallpaper, which kind of looks like it could be a French wallpaper design. Let's try that. Yes, that will work. We just need something here. Could try this one. Yeah, I'll go with that. Perfect. So while I was sitting here gluing things down, I just noticed a comment I got on a video from Sandy saying, "You have inspired me to start my own bullet junk journal." Yay! Thank you so much, Sandy. I also need to back up my iPad. Oh my gosh, you don't know how happy these kind of comments make me, because I'm hoping that Sandy will have at least half as much fun as I'm having. This is totally crooked in my journals and planners. So that's why that makes me so happy, because I know the feeling. And while we're at it, why don't we add something to this little piece here as well? So I want to look at my ephemera. These are going to be too big. I love these little envelopes. Why don't we try one of these envelopes? So I'm gonna cut out this one. Okay, so I have it cut out and now I just need to fold it. So I'll fold it up until where the flaps end. So like this, and then I'll just fold the flaps in. Like that, and then we just have to fold that flap down like that, and I'll just glue those. And I'll ink this crease here and this one and here. So I've inked partially already when I cut it out. And I also want to ink the inside. I forgot that. There we go. How cute. I do want to add something here. The quickest way to decorate the inside would be like what I did here, to just use a stencil. I think that looks super cute. But I also wanted to show you another option in case you don't have a stencil. I'm just going to trace this shape, and I'm using this paper because this is the beginning of April. I won't need this. I want some of this text here that says Paris. So let's do that, and I'll just trace that. And cut that out. It would actually be better to do that before you glue the flaps on. I did cut a little bit inside of the lines that I traced. I know this is not going to be perfect, but it's fine. Like that. And now I just have to fold that. Next, I'm going to cut out this belly band here. So, and I think 2 of these, yeah, that will work. I'll just separate this. And 2 of these can be a belly band. And the third one, I think, yep, has the perfect size to fit in here. So I'm gonna ink everything up. This one I'm going to back with a scrap of my coffee dyed copy paper, so I can write myself a secret little message on the back here. Let's tuck that in here. This belly band I want to put on something. I have this page here that I torn out of Nadia's journal. So sorry, Nadia, but it's getting too full. So why not use that here to make a nice background for our belly band. I want to make it pretty wide because I think it's so pretty, and I want to cover up some of this very dark background. Okay, let's ink this up as well. And I'll glue both of these down as belly bands so that I have the option of using both of them if I want to. So I just put glue on the top and the bottom here, and I will do the same with this one. And now we can stick the envelope either in here underneath the big belly band or underneath the top belly band. Oh, I think I'll go for the top one. That's really cute. And I've just had an idea that I have to try out. So I'm going to take this off again. Hopefully I can still do that. No, don't tear, please, please, please. Okay, cool. Why don't I take a little magnet and glue that to the inside of the belly band, like right in the middle, like that. Let's add a regular piece of tape on top of that. Let's re-glue that. And then let's add a magnet on this flap here so that when we put it in, it will snap closed there. Do we put it on this side or this side? This would be easier to cover up, but the question is, will it be strong enough? Let's just try it out. Yes, it is. Oh, that's exciting. Let's glue this on. And then let's take a tiny piece of lace. Let's find another piece. Maybe a tiny piece from this blue one. So now we can take this out. We have this cute little ticket in here on which we can write ourselves a secret little message. And we can slide that in here and keep it closed with the magnet. And one more thing I wanted to do. First of all, I think this will get a word or something. I'll do that later. But what I forgot, what I was thinking of, is to add a tab here for the beginning of the month. Either of those would work. I'll just take this one. By the way, with these, it makes sense to first cut out the oval, then to fold it, and then cut this out, rather than having to cut out this half circle, which is much more difficult. So I'll go ahead and ink this up as well. So then I just put glue on the whole thing, and we can add it here. And I think this calls for a little bit more lace. I'm just so happy using my smallest scraps of lace. So shall we get into some book reviews? I always love this part, and I'm so happy many of you do too. So I will go through 3 books, starting with the lowest rating, moving to the highest. So I'm starting out with The Flight by Julie Clark. This is a New York Times bestseller, and I'll just read you the synopsis on the back. So Claire and Eva lead very different lives, but they have one thing in common. They are both in huge danger and need to disappear. A chance encounter at the airport presents the 2 women with a solution. Switch places, then drop off the grid when they land. But one woman will never reach her destination. So Claire seems to have the perfect life, but of course, as so often behind closed doors, nothing is quite as it seems. Her husband, who is a politician, has a really bad temper, and he's tracking Claire's every move. But what he does not know is that Claire has worked for months on a plan to vanish. At the airport, she runs into Eva, whose circumstances are also difficult, and together they make a last-minute decision to switch their tickets. So Claire's taking Eva's flight to Oakland, and Eva travels to Puerto Rico as Claire. But when the flight to Puerto Rico goes down, Claire starts a new life as Eva and discovers all the secrets Eva fought so hard to keep hidden. So I enjoyed this book a lot. There are twists which are well done, and the ending was satisfying but bittersweet. It was not quite as absorbing for me as the 2 next books I'm going to share with you, probably because I was not able to identify with the 2 main characters, Claire and Eva, as much, I guess. I rated this book 4 stars. Next, we have The Breakdown by B.A. Paris. So this is a psychological thriller, which is currently my favorite genre to read. This is the 2nd book I've read by B.A. Paris after reading and loving Behind Closed Doors. And she is quickly becoming one of my favorite authors. So if you enjoy thrillers, please check out B.A. Paris. I could not put this one down either, especially the second half had me so intrigued. There was a surprising twist that I did not see coming, and I overall really enjoyed it. So let me read you the synopsis on the back here as well. So it all started that night in the woods. Cass Anderson didn't stop to help the woman in the car, and now she's dead. Ever since, silent calls have been plaguing Cass, and she's sure someone is watching her. Consumed by guilt, she's also starting to forget things, whether she took her pills, what her house alarm code is, and if the knife in the kitchen really had blood on it. If you can't trust yourself, who can you trust? Yeah, so I rated this one 5 stars. And last but certainly not least, another B.A. Paris book, The Dilemma. Again, let me read you the synopsis quickly. It's Livia's 40th birthday, and her husband Adam is throwing her the party of a lifetime. Everyone she loves will be there, except their daughter Marnie, who's studying abroad. But Livia is secretly glad Marnie won't be there. She has recently uncovered a secret about their daughter, which, if revealed, will shake their family to its core. Meanwhile, Adam has his own surprise for his wife. He's arranged for Marnie to fly back for the party. But during the day, he hears some terrible news. Now he too is faced with a dilemma. How far would you go to give someone you love a last few hours of happiness? If you're considering to read this book, I would strongly suggest to check out trigger warnings first, because I know if I would have ever been through what they were going through, I don't think I would have been able to handle this book. I can't tell you what it is specifically because I would be spoiling the plot. So we're reading from 2 points of views in alternating chapters. So we always go between Livia and Adam, and it always goes like hour by hour. Basically, I think the whole thing happens in one day, except like the last few pages. But basically, this book is just one whole day. And there's so much happening. We are so much in both of their minds. I really, really enjoyed this. I love how B.A. Paris describes both his and her thoughts and feelings. For me, it's just really mind-blowing how she can get into both her and his mind like that. So it's beautiful. It is heartbreaking. And again, it's another book I could not put down. So this is definitely another 5-star for me. To add these to my planner, I'm going to go back to the front. I have my book rating page here. I have these printouts for you as well. I will link them for you as well if you need a guide. Otherwise, you just write them down any which way you like. This just kind of helped me to have a little guide on how to line them up better because my handwriting is all over the place. So I'm just going to add 1, 2, and the 3rd book here. I must say, overall, I'm super happy with my book choices the last few months. Look at this. The lowest rating has been 4 stars, except the very first one, which was The Winter Garden by Kristen Hanna, which was such a disappointment. I did not even finish that. I was so bored. Yeah, and I know many of you wrote me that you loved the book, and I'm so sorry I couldn't love it too. I really wanted to. So I need to figure out my signature situation. Stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoy this new kit, Paris Tea Party. And I hope this gave you a little bit of inspiration of how you can start. Have fun with this kit. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.